1. Without proactive measures, culling, selective slaughtering of wild animals, becomes a mere public relations exercise. How to reduce man-wildlife conflict. GS Paper 3, Conservation. What is the context is about? The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change recently permitted 3 states, Uttarakhand, Bihar, and Himachal Pradesh, to declare earlier protected wild animal species as vermin, wild animals which are believed to be harmful to crops, under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. The move allowed private shooters and others to kill these species with few safeguards and no risk of prosecution. 2 states, Maharashtra and Telangana, issued similar orders. The species, Nilgai antelope in Bihar and Maharashtra, the rhesus macaque in Himachal Pradesh, and wild pig in all states except Himachal Pradesh, were listed for culling because the animals, whose populations are allegedly increasing, damage crops. This decision raises questions about which minister is right and whether it is right to kill wildlife that damage crops. More pertinent is whether the problem has been framed and assessed correctly, and culling the appropriate solution in the first place. How to reduce man-wildlife conflict. Applying proactive measures. If human safety was the chief concern, as it perhaps should be, it is more appropriate to first adopt measures to reduce human injuries and fatalities due to wildlife. Effective measures for this include deploying animal early warning systems, providing timely public information on presence and movements of species such as elephants to local people to facilitate precautionary measures, and attending to health and safety needs that reduce the risk of wildlife encounters. Modern technology such as mobile phones for SMS alerts, customized apps, automated wildlife detection and warning systems, and participatory measures for wildlife tracking and rapid response to monitor and reduce conflicts. Housing improvements and provision of amenities such as lighting, indoor toilets, and rural public bus services help reduce accidental human deaths. Improving livestock corrals can reduce livestock losses and carnivore incursion into villages, while better garbage disposal and avoiding deliberate or accidental feeding of animals reduces risks associated with wild animals like monkeys. Research reveals that a small proportion of villages in the landscape may be conflict hotspots and, additionally, peripheral fields may be more vulnerable than central ones. Such site-specific scientific information helps design targeted mitigation with participation of affected people. This includes supporting local communities to install biofencing and power fencing around vulnerable areas. Crop insurance for wildlife damage, which the Environment Ministry recently recommended be included in the National Crop Agricultural Insurance Program, also deserves trial. Conclusion. Without these proactive measures, culling becomes a mere public relations exercise meant to assuage farmers who have lost faith in the authorities' ability to forestall or recompense losses. Blaming a problem animal may be easier than to carrying out concerted efforts to deal with what are actually problem locations. Merely removing problem animals will not make problem locations disappear. Servicing human needs, enhancing local amenities, and adopting science-based and sustained interventions will provide more lasting solutions. A moratorium on culling will thus help redirect attention to where it is really needed and be in the best long-term interests of people and wildlife.